Hi, it's Tammy from Frou-frou Studio. Welcome back. Today we're going to work on a swap that I have signed up to do in the Friendly Junk Journal People group. So I hope you'll join me and see what we come up with. Okay, for those of you that are not familiar with it, there is a group on Facebook called the Friendly Junk Journal People, and they have lots of swaps every month where you sign up to do different items, and then they partner you up and you make your little items and you mail them off to that person, and then that person mails you back theirs. And so this one that I signed up for is creating a little tuck using tea bags, dried tea bags. So I am going to attempt this. It's kind of out of my not comfort zone, but it's the video that I watched, which I'll link in the comments, of how she made hers. It's not something that I would normally do. Not that there's anything wrong with it. They're cute as a button, but it's not something I would normally do. And so in gathering stuff up to do this, I felt really uncomfortable. And I don't know why, because I think part of the purpose of doing it is for everybody to kind of learn from the different artists and the different design styles and, you know, how those work. And how as a group, we're all artists and we all have, you know, our own aesthetic. And I always worry when I do these, when I do have the opportunity to do them, whether the person that is getting my items, are they going to like them? Is it their style? Is it the, you know, and I have to convince myself and remind myself it doesn't matter. I need to do my style, and because that's the purpose. So that's how I'm approaching this one, and hopefully whoever my partner is will like what I've created, and we can go from there. I have struggled, to say the least. One, I do not have tea bags like this. I have a couple that are, you know, for hot tea. But I don't drink hot tea. I drink iced tea, and we use the big family size bags to make our iced tea. So I did have a couple of those in my refrigerator where I was saving those to do my tea dye. So I took those out and dried them out and got the paper and made my bases from that. So the ones in her video were about 2 inches by 2 inches. So I took just some cardstock, craft stock, and cut them. This one is crooked. That's why it doesn't have a cover on it. 2 inches by 2 inches, and then I put some dictionary page on them just because I thought it would look good once you put the tea paper on there for the dictionary page to kind of show through the back. And I hope you can see that. So anyway, we have to do 6, and so I've created all my bases using the same method. All of them have the same background and all that kind of stuff. And then I went through and I've went ahead and fussy cut my items because I didn't want to bore you to death with me fussy cutting. So, since we had to do 6, I picked kind of 3 different styles, and I'm going to do 2 each of each of the styles. I'm going to do 2 based on Alice in Wonderland. I'm going to do 2 that are kind of, this one has kind of Victorian fairies on it, and this one has a little Victorian wing girl. And then I have 2 that are going to have an Asian theme. And that's another thing is, since I have those big family bags, they did not have these little things, which you're supposed to attach. So I had to come up with something else. And so for these are Tracy tags, and I just cut them approximately, the same size, and clipped off 4 corners to give that impression of being a tea tag. These were actually little faux stamps, all of the rest of these that I got from Digital Collage Club. And the same thing, I just clipped off 4 edges to make them look like a tea tap. So, that's where we are. So let's get started putting everything together. We'll do the Alice ones first. And another issue that I have, which is my own issue, nobody else's, is we are supposed to have them remain fairly flat so that when they go in your journal, they don't take up enough room. Well, if you guys have watched anything that I've ever made, I don't do flat. I mean, I try not to cause a big, huge amount of bulk, but, yeah. So, I was kind of struggling with coming up with some way to decorate these. That's not my usual, but still had my taste or personality. So, hopefully I have done that. We'll see when we get it together here in a minute. I don't know if I told you, but I got some of these domed foam things that Tim came out with, Tim Holtz. And I put one on my inker thinking that maybe it would not chew it up as badly as the flat one. And so far it's doing pretty good. So that may be a solution for me for not having to replace it so often when I'm doing ink and edges. I think this will be a fun project, and I can't wait till everybody posts what they get. You have to post, or you're supposed to post, what you receive from your partner, and so you get to see everybody's, and that's kind of fun to see what everybody else does. I don't get to do as many as I want to because I've got the Etsy shop going and I've got work and everything, so my mat slid, so I don't get to do as many as I'd like to. Oh, and I've also got some flat. This is just flat lace. So I thought I could get away with putting, oh, look at that. This tea bag's gonna get on my last nerve. I'm gonna put it over here. Cover off my scissors. It's been one of those days. I thought I could get away with putting that on there and it not, since it's flat. Maybe it'd be all right. And another challenge for me is, I mean, obviously the star is supposed to be the tea bag, but you know, that just doesn't have much character in my mind, so I'm gonna do something like that on this one. I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac, and I'm going to put the glue down on the tea bag instead of on the lace, so I can stick it on there. And I called that Fabri-Tac. It's 3-in-1. It's by the same people. I assume it's pretty close to being the same thing. And to glue the tea bag onto the book page, I just used a glue stick and it worked fine. I didn't want that sticky feeling that you would get with if I put like a Mod Podge or something like that, the crunchy. I wanted the tea bag to keep its soft feeling, so I just used a glue stick and it worked fine. I'm using the other glue on this. Oops, I about forgot my. This is just a little ticket that came from, I believe it came from the Digital Collage Club, but it said German Looking Glass Plate Company, and I thought that was a kind of cool play on words. So I'm just gonna put that there just for another little layer, and then we're gonna put Alice and her pig on here because it's got to be a pig. All right, and then we're supposed to put the string on with the little tab, and in her video, she glued it and then backed it, but I'm gonna staple it because I think that's more in line with what they really look like. So I'm gonna take my tiny attacher here, I think, and try to hit that string, which I did not. Let's see if I can flip that up and get it under there. If I could see it. There we go. And then I'm gonna take just a little bit of glue and glue it as well so it won't slide out. And then I noticed on this one actually has like a little notch in it that's holding it by a knot. Maybe I should have done that on the front, but I think it's gonna stay now that I've glued it. Okay, and then I'm gonna cut it. again. I think I'm going to put it in the middle. Do it. And actually, I think I'm going to, which I don't have it right here, but she covered hers with another piece of cardstock. Craft stock. I'm going to think about that. I'm going to go to the next one because I think it would be kind of cute to put a piece of washi tape on the back of that. But the purpose is, I guess, once you get them made is you make a tuck, you know, so that you can glue it up in the corner of your page or whatever, and you glue it here and here, and then you have a tuck that you can stick something under. So that's kind of cute idea. Hers, she did, the reason I was saying it wasn't my typical style is she used die cuts. Hers had like a little Eiffel Tower die cut, and like I said, cute as a button, but just not what I'm used to doing. So hopefully mine will be okay. All right, so now let's do this next one. Sorry if I'm shifting a little bit. I was sitting on my foot and it went to sleep. I have the worst habit of that. My husband yells at me all the time for sitting on my foot. Alright, so this one, I'm going to do something like that. And again, we'll put the Fabri-Tac, the lace down with the Fabri-Tac. And I'm hoping that's showing enough of the tea bag. Oops. Wrong way. Struggling today. Hope everybody had a good 4th of July weekend. We didn't do much. We grilled burgers. They were wonderful. But I think I told you in my last video, my sister is coming in a couple of weeks, and we haven't seen each other in about a year and a half because of COVID. So we're kind of holding off on our big celebration until she comes. So I have 2 sisters, one that lives here, and my other sister lives in Virginia. She works in DC, and so I'm really looking forward to her coming and us getting out, able to all of us hang out. Hasn't happened in a long time. Normally they come at Thanksgiving, but of course, you know, at Thanksgiving we were still not really able to do anything. All right, let's see if I can do this better this time. Probably not. Oh, I got it. Look at that. Okay. See, that worked with the stapler. I think I'll go back and do the other one with the stapler. And I'm almost, no, I'm going to do it this way. Let's see if I can get lucky twice. Oh, see, I pulled right out. I should have glued it like I did the other one. So really, the staple's not doing anything but giving it a certain look, because I'm actually gluing the string down. Oh, wrong glue. All right. And this one, I'm going to put these 3 little flowers on here. I know they're not flat, but I got to do something. Just a little something, something. Hopefully they're small enough that they won't hurt anything. All right. So there's 2. All right, let's do these little Victorian themed ones here. Do my inking real quick. Should have done my inking so you didn't have to suffer through that. So what's everybody else working on? I'd love to know what everybody else has got going on. Now that I have my Edith Holden folios done, we'll jump back into working on the other 2 journals that we were working on. I saw a really cute thing that Rachel with Roxy Creations did to put in a journal. So we might try to do some of those. They're like a tab for you to, something you can mass make and then have them on the ready for journals, to stick in journals. It's really cute. Okay, so this one's all paper, so we'll use the art glitter glue. Sorry if I hope you can see, these are so tiny that it's kind of hard to keep your hands out of the way and work on them so you can see what I'm doing. Let's see, I'm forgetting. I'm sure that art glitter glue would work fine on that lace. I just feel more comfortable with the 3-in-1. Alright, and this one, I have these 3 little pink flowers. My daughter is at the beach this week with her husband and her kids, and she keeps sending me pictures of all they're in Charleston. She keeps sending me pictures of all the favorite restaurants and places that we go, and the beautiful ocean and all that kind of stuff. These kids are loving it. Yesterday they were out boogie boarding in the ocean. I grew up in Charleston, so my daughter has gone there a lot in her life since she was little. My dad was in the Air Force. That's where he was stationed most of the time. Well, from the time I was in the 3rd grade until I graduated. Actually, he retired before I graduated, but when I graduated, we moved back to his hometown. All right, so there's the first one. There's got to be the lace for this one, not with the stapler. I tell you guys, I'm struggling today. Having I love this little picture of these 2 little fairies. It's very cute. Flowers. I'm gonna try it this way this time. Maybe that'll be easier than me trying to hold those flowers and or not. This butterfly on this one. Okay, let me ink the back of these little tabs here. And I think what I'm gonna do for mine, just for something pretty to how to send them, is I think I have some vellum and I think I'm gonna make some little envelopes, like some little see-through envelopes to resemble like a, you know, the tea pouch, like that, for them to slide down in, just for something to send them in. Okay, two more. These are the Asian ones. And I was really struggling with trying to find something tiny enough to fit on these things too. So that was a lot of my frustration, because your image can only be so big and it's still, you know, show the tea bag. So I make this sound like it's a terrible, torturous thing, and it's not. I mean, that's not what I mean at all. Because, to be quite honest, I like to be challenged, and I like to make myself step out of my comfort zone. That's how we grow. That's how we learn. Let's not always take the safe route. Oh, you know, I didn't even pay attention to those dictionary pages. I hope I didn't put one upside down. I don't think I did. Sorry, I'm sure I just stuck my big fat head right in front of the camera. Sorry about that. This is going to be more like a comedy show than a tutorial here. May have to edit that part, edit my fat head out of the video. You see my gray hairs and stuff. Can't have that, I don't think. I really like this art glitter glue when you do have little bitty pieces like that, because you can really get that point where you need to get glue on those little bitty things. All right, and this one I'm gonna put these flowers like down the side, like so. Some missed ink in that. Got glue webs going on. Last one. Almost made it without causing too much of a disaster. These Asian digitals are from the Graphics Fairy. And so are the Alice images. I don't do the Graphics Fairy anymore. I switched to Digital Collage Club, but I already had printed those like a long time ago, so I have those available. The little Victorian images, the fairies are from Digital Collage Club, and the little Victorian boy and girl, this one, is actually from a book that had like, it's one of those daily motivational type book things. And it had cute little Victorian children in it. And the other paper scraps are just scraps that I had in my paper scrap bin. And I already told you where the tags. These are Tracy Fox. And the Alice and the butterflies are from Digital Collage Club. And I think that's everything. The book page that I used is one of those really small, like pocket dictionaries, because I wanted something that had really little print, because the overall size of the project is small, and so I didn't want to overwhelm it with a really huge print, so it's just like a pocket size. You can see from this one the print's really small on it. And then, like I said, it's just craft cardstock and tea bag. So, and yeah, when I'm actually, my husband makes our tea, which is really funny because he's a Yankee, but I taught him how to make Southern sweet tea. And whenever he makes the tea, he puts the tea bags in just like a plastic Tupperware container with a lid and puts them in the refrigerator for me. And then that's what I get out when I'm going to do my tea staining. And the big bags work really well for that. So you can just heat them up and in a pan again with some water, and they still have enough color in them to dye your papers. Okay, that's it, folks. We got them all done without much of a disaster. So I think they're pretty cute. We've got the 2 Asian and the 2 Alice in Wonderland and the 2 Victorian inspired. Pretty fast and easy project, and they will be cute in a journal. If you just, put them up in a corner. You can do either corner, actually. And have this, hanging down however you want it. And just glue, your 2 sides and leave 2 open. And then, stick a tag or whatever up under there like that. And you got a cute little tuck. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you'll try it. And like I said, if you're not a member of the group, and you want to have a little bit of fun with your journaling, they do several swaps every month, and you're not obligated to do any of them. But they have several different kinds, some are for full journals, some are tags, some are, we just did one that was paper clips, altered paper clips, not in June, but in May, I think. And like I said, I can't do them all, but I try to do a few a year anyway. But and in October they are going to do my paper bag little journal, clutch journal thing. So yeah, we're gonna swap those, so that's exciting that they picked me for that. So I'm looking forward to it. And if you haven't watched that video, I'll link it below. But it's a really simple little project too, and they make really cute gifts. So it's hard to believe that it's already July, and crafters have to start thinking about Christmas already, especially the ones that make gifts. I actually have some tags that I'm going to list in my shop for Christmas in July. I haven't got them listed yet, and I apologize for that, but I am going to list some, so look for those. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so that you'll be notified of all the videos and tutorials that I have coming up. And if you have subscribed, thank you very much for being a patron of my YouTube channel. I do appreciate it, and I hope everybody has a great evening, and we'll see you next time. Bye.